The boxing calendar rarely waits long for its first defining moment. On January 31st, beneath the lights of Madison Square Garden, the year's opening blockbuster takes center stage. At its center is Teofimo Lopez, the WBO and Ring Magazine super lightweight champion, a fighter defined by extremes, brilliance and volatility, and an ability to rise when expectation is highest.
I'm going to show everyone that his defense is not as immaculable like they say it is. That's my job. That's my job. My job is to show the true flaws that they can't see.
I see it like a chess match, first 2 rounds, and then my son will figure him out, you know, and just destroy him, make him look stupid.
Teofimo Lopez fired a brutal warning at Shakur Stevenson, promising relentless pressure, power, and pace. Lopez claims Shakur's slick defense won't survive his explosiveness, ring IQ, and killer instinct.
So I'm excited. I think the fight fans and everyone around the world of boxing should tune in on this. Even if you're not, just in combat alone. I think this is a great moment right now.
Teofimo Lopez enters this fight as the WBO and Ring Magazine super lightweight champion, widely regarded as the best at 140 pounds. And at 28 years of age, he's preparing to make the 4th defense of the titles he took from Josh Taylor in 2023.
My job is to show the world that can't nobody beat me.
This highly anticipated fight is a true best versus best matchup, exactly what boxing needs right now. Teofimo Lopez's power meets Shakur Stevenson's skill, creating a high-stakes, thrilling clash that could define the sport's next era.
One's from Brooklyn, one's from Newark. Close enough to share the same skyline, but never share the same ring. Aggressive versus a calm, calculated boxer.
I'm a master of my craft, and my mind is stronger than his.
This is what fight fans dream of. Best versus the best. Prime versus prime. And it all comes together in one night in the Mecca of boxing, New York City.
Lopez has openly suggested he aims to give Stevenson his first professional defeat, even saying he expects to make him quit or knock him out.
Now, I'm saying if you hit him like that,
He's not getting up.
teeth different.
Just the whole thing. I think it's time. It's time for it to happen, man. It'll be good for him afterwards.
Right.
It'll be good for him.
Teofimo Lopez emphasizes that boxing is as much mental as physical, highlighting the importance of strategy, focus, and patience in the ring. Lopez aims to combine intelligence and aggression to impose his will and secure victory.
When it comes to it, like, boxing is pretty much all mentality. It's all mental. Are you mentally prepared with the audience? Are you mentally going to be prepared with the certain punch selection? There's things that I have to maintain as well. Those are things that I have to work on within myself. It's a muscle. Like, think of it like condiments, right? You got your ketchup, you got your mustard, you got all these type of condiments, but you don't know if you like it or not unless you try it. And I think the same thing applies when it comes to getting prepared for certain things like this. Pretty much you have to try different things, different steps, different routines, different ways to see what really fits and works for you. And if they all fit and work for you, when is the right time to apply them? And it's a muscle memory that you have to create now. If you don't create now, it can harm you the day of the fight. The mentality part of it is going to really be the key moment for who wins.
Teo claims Shakur Stevenson is stepping up to fight him to prove a point, claiming Stevenson was motivated by Crawford's historic upset and wants to make a statement by taking him.
Shakur is stepping up because he got nobody else to go after. He's stepping up to try to prove a point. You know, his big bro, aka Terrence Bud Crawford, you know, put a huge upset and made a historical moment in time. I think those things like that make Shakur want to step up the plate, step up to the challenge and face Teofimo. Who is I? I mean, we were stablemates, me and Shakur, top rank. He talks about this and that and about I was jealous of him. No, I'm not. You were a 2016 USA silver medalist. You're gonna get your signing bonus and all that extra stuff. Thing was, they were trying to secure him in a different route because they had put a lot of money in him. Me, I think I was just supposed to be an opponent eventually. I'm possessively obsessed. with this. That's why they call me crazy.
Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson confidently declares himself the best fighter, asserting he is fully prepared to take on Teofimo Lopez.
I just know it's my time. All I see is the destination that I'm trying to get to. I think I'm the smartest fighter on the planet Earth. I don't just beat guys. I'm the type of fighter that dominates people.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. is pushing Teo hard in camp and keeping the atmosphere positive. In training clips, Lopez Sr. is seen encouraging his son to stay relaxed and have fun while working on skills and intensity, reminding him to enjoy the process as they get ready for Stevenson.
Well, every day is a learning experience, so when he's in there, he's just focused, you know? And when I see him focus, every time I know that he has somebody, I always tell him, you already figured him out. You know, that's like letting him know, have fun. From now on, just have fun. It's not only mentality with us. We got style, we're faster, I mean, everything. I mean, we entertain in there, man. You haven't seen a fighter like my son, I think, since Roy Jones Jr., you know, doing all those tricks and stuff. You know, you don't see none of those guys doing that stuff. They try to be like you and they can't be like you, bro. You gotta be born with that gift.
Lopez Sr. has repeatedly shown unwavering confidence in his son's abilities, making it clear that when Teo is healthy and at his best, nobody at 140 pounds can beat him, and he truly believes Teo is the top fighter in the division right now.
Hey, Junior looks really, really good, really focused. How's the general, like, energy, mood been in this camp?
Listen, mentally, with my son, everything is mental, you know what I'm saying? So if he feels 100% healthy, you know, he doesn't even have to feel like 100%, but, I see him stronger, I see him mentally more focused, you know, with the 140 weight division, he's gonna do great things, you know, and just expect, you know, something great. I'm excited for this fight, you know, and it's just getting us closer to getting those belts that we want so much at 140. You know, I see him being undisputed.
Shakur Stevenson says he's moving up to 140 pounds to fight Teofimo Lopez, but he isn't focusing on getting huge muscles. Instead, he's emphasizing strength, skills, speed, and technique over just bulking up, believing that boxing ability will decide the fight.
We are in Las Vegas, Nevada. We at the UFC boxing gym. January 31st, I'm fighting Teofimo Lopez. I'm moving up to 140 pounds, super lightweight. The process ain't nothing new. I'm not trying to put on all that muscle and all that extra shit they keep talking about. Skills pay the bills, and that's what's going to show up on fight night.
We're looking forward to this here fight with Teofimo. I know we can guarantee you for sure, 100% he's going to be ready.
Shakur Stevenson is training at the UFC boxing gym, focusing on enhancing his speed, power, and technique as he moves up to 140 pounds.
This camp feel way different from previous camps. Being away from my daughter, being away from my future wife, that's the most challenging thing. You gotta keep your eyes on the prize. This is sharp as I think I done been for a fight. My diet, I let the nutritionists and all them kind of people take care of that. I just show up and eat whatever they give me. So I pay attention to what makes me feel good, and I just stay on that.
Shakur Stevenson looking to win a second belt in as many weight classes, was a champion at 126, won a vacant belt there.
From the amateurs to the pros, I knew I was elite. Before the Olympics, a lot of people was writing me off because I had fought a kid named Ruben Villa, and he beat me. He beat me again in the next tournament. So now that's 2 times. So now they kept saying like, okay, Ruben Villa is the next Oscar De La Hoya. He's going to win us an Olympic gold medal. And then by the time it came to the Olympic trials, now it's the rematch, and everybody there think I'm going to lose to this guy. And then I just wipe him out.
In a pre-fight press conference, Shakur dismissed concerns about moving up to 140 pounds, saying Teofimo isn't much bigger and that muscle doesn't win fights. Shakur said he will be far better than he was in his last fight and plans to put on a masterclass performance.
I will be 100 times better come fight night against Teofimo Lopez than I was against Cepeda. 1,000 times better, faster, sharper, stronger, mentally more on point, and I can't wait.
You said a couple of times now you see some holes in Teofimo's game. I know you don't want to give away your game plan at the kickoff press conference, but where are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything again. I'm going to expose it.
You said in your last fight that you proved you were a dog. against William Zepeda. What do you want to prove in this one?
That I'm the best. I want to show the world that I'm the best. After this fight, I want to be considered top 5 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport, and I can't wait to show it.
In an interview with Cigar Talk, Lopez acknowledges Stevenson's skill and technique, but insists he's afraid of taking punches or being knocked out on the big stage.
Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world, scared to get touched up in front of the world.
Are you saying that off of the last fight or just
in general?
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Me and Shakur sparred before. We did 3 rounds and it was just light work and me trying to figure out his jab. Does he have a good jab? Yeah, he does. But once you pass his jab, it's game.
Yeah.
It's food. It's lunch food.
Because he said, he when I had him on, he was like, yo, like, he said, y'all grew up, you know, in the amateur scene and both of y'all was killing. And he was like, yo, y'all cool, but, you know, one day I want that fight.
Yeah, you see me? You see? Yeah. So it's like, you want that fight. By all means, everybody wants to fight me. That's cool. But it's like, what happens when it's on paper? It's always different when it's actually on paper.
Like when the contract.
When the contract comes through, it's different, bro. You feel the pressure. You feel pressure. You know what I'm saying? I am pressure.
Lopez has notable victories over elite fighters like Josh Taylor and Vasyl Lomachenko, demonstrating both his technical skill and knockout power. Analysts view Lopez as a potential spoiler in Stevenson's career trajectory, someone capable of derailing Stevenson's ascent toward pound-for-pound recognition and multi-weight world champion status. This matchup is therefore seen not just as a test of skill, but as a pivotal moment for Stevenson to prove he can succeed against elite competition in a heavier division, while Lopez brings both physical and psychological threats that make the fight unpredictable and highly anticipated.
Shakur Stevenson stepping up to the 140-pound division, 10-stone division. Dalton Smith, our very own Dalton Smith, is one of those champions. Teo Lopez, universally accepted as the #1 in that division. Brilliant victories in his career over Josh Taylor, and prior to that, Vasyl Lomachenko. I think a true victory over Vasyl Lomachenko. If anyone can upset the ascent of Shakur Stevenson up the pound-for-pound list, up the weight divisions, it's the spoiler that is Teo Lopez. I've watched a lot of them together in the build-up, and I like the way Teo is, and I like the way Shakur is. See, Shakur's got the gap between his teeth. It's gone now.
Yeah.
He's had his teeth done. He's ready to be a megastar. I'm really, really, really fascinated by this contest. I think Shakur Stevenson can win this on points.
Physically, Lopez is known for his explosive power, aggressive style, and ability to impose himself on opponents, meaning Stevenson must absorb pressure, maintain stamina, and avoid being overpowered. Psychologically, Lopez is unpredictable and mentally resilient, capable of unsettling opponents with his confidence and his special approach in the ring. Stevenson will need strong mental focus to stay composed under these challenges. Technically, Lopez has clever footwork, timing, and tactical intelligence, especially against southpaws like Stevenson. Stevenson must counteract Lopez's angles, control the center of the ring, and maintain rhythm to score effectively. Success in all 3 areas will be essential for Stevenson to secure a victory in what is widely regarded as one of the most challenging matchups of his career.
But he's going to have to be at his very, very best as we look at these images of the two men. This is the fight that ignites the American market this year. It's obviously got the backing of Turki Al Sheikh, Ring Magazine. The key for me is, can Shakur be big enough to withstand what Teo is going to bring physically as well as psychologically and technically in this fight?
Absolutely, and that's the fascination surrounding this fight. You look at this one and you say, Shakur Stevenson, if he can step up another weight division and become 4-weight world champion, this is his chance now to become that superstar, that all-time great. You know, not just a generational great, but an all-time great. And I've really believed that. Like I've always said, Shakur Stevenson for me will emerge as this great fighter, and I think this is his fight right now. I think that he wins this fight as well.
Many boxing experts, including Gervonta Davis, have voiced skepticism about the hype surrounding Shakur Stevenson. Davis and others have questioned why Stevenson is often treated as a top-tier champion before he has truly faced the elite level of competition that defines greatness in boxing. According to Davis, reputation and accolades mean little until a fighter is tested against the best in the division. He emphasized that respect in boxing is earned inside the ring, not handed out based on predictions or past achievements. While Stevenson's skill and defensive prowess are widely recognized, Davis implied that fans and media should wait for him to prove himself against proven champions like Teofimo Lopez, who bring a combination of power, aggression, and experience. The broader sentiment among experts is that true legitimacy comes from overcoming high-caliber opponents under pressure, and until that happens, hype should be balanced with caution and realistic expectations. This perspective reinforces boxing's long-standing culture of meritocracy and results-based respect.
Some of your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit.
Rolly Romero takes a different perspective, calling the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson bout a true 50-50 contest. He bases this view on the fact that both fighters have already reached championship level and demonstrated their skills against elite competition. According to Romero, neither fighter enters the ring as a clear underdog in terms of ability, making the matchup highly competitive. He emphasizes the contrast in their styles, suggesting the fight could tilt in either direction depending on who successfully imposes their strategy first. Romero highlights that factors like timing, confidence, and in-fight adjustments may ultimately be more decisive than pre-fight predictions or reputations. By recognizing both athletes as world-class, he frames the fight as unpredictable, where preparation meets adaptability. Success will hinge not solely on skill, but on who can execute their game plan under pressure, making this clash a true test of elite boxing intelligence and resilience.
I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, because I mean, at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Teo is an incredible fighter, and Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ and a very. Shakur coming out with I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good fight.
Several analysts break down the fight by examining their physical attributes. Lopez is noted for his slightly greater raw strength, which could be decisive in close exchanges, or when the action presses against the ropes. Stevenson, in contrast, is praised for speed, particularly in his footwork, timing, and hand placement, allowing him to evade power and create scoring opportunities. Experts argue that this balance makes the matchup even, as each fighter's strength can counter the other. Lopez's power can hinder movement, while Stevenson's agility can neutralize heavy shots. This dynamic transforms the fight into a strategic chess match rather than a simple slugfest, where positioning, timing, and reaction become critical. Analysts conclude that the bout will likely favor whichever fighter successfully imposes their physical advantage, controlling tempo, dictating exchanges, and ultimately steering the fight in their favor.
Great defensive fighter, very good offensive fighter. The difference between the two, for me, I think that Teofimo might be a little bit stronger of the two. But, speed can sometimes nullify power.
Right. It depends on if you can use your speed to get you from round to round.
Tim Bradley offers a thoughtful analysis of the Stevenson versus Lopez fight, highlighting its technical depth and broader significance for the sport. He points out that Devin Haney is currently setting the trend for the new generation of fighters, inspiring a wave of young athletes to challenge each other and prove who truly belongs at the top. Bradley believes the winner of this matchup should be next in line to face Haney, keeping momentum strong in the division and building excitement among fans. He also sends a clear message to commentators and analysts that this bout won't hinge on constant exchanges, but on subtle nuances, timing, and precision that require deep understanding to appreciate fully.